Truck it up. I did it on my first try this time on accident, though. Okay, whatever, Kim. There we go. All right, let's get out of here. Floor Jack, is that you? Ah, you scared me. Oh goodness. I have a new PFP. You like it? Jack Cowboy. PFP, what? I'm not following what PFP is, Floor Jack. I'm trying to think. PFP is an abbreviation for something, but I'm just not aware of it. PFP. He's PFP. It's your profile picture. I can't see it. I'm trucking. Let me see if I can't. See if I can't look at it real quick before we get rolling here, Floor Jack. Here we go. Perfect timing. Hang on. Let me see what you got going on there, Floor Jack. Oh, look like a Peterbilt. It's my new Peterbilt. Yeah, I see that. I can barely see it, but I see it. It's nice. It's a PFP. P. How you doing today, Floor Jack? Doing all right, brother? It's a sweet puppy. Yes, indeed. It sure is. Indeed it is, my friend. Well, I gotta get situated. I didn't get situated back there. What's this? It's my fuel receipt. Fuel receipt, $511.96. Gallons, 132.667 gallons. For $511, basically $512. I'm back at the house. I'm headed to the house. I made it out to our destination last night in Kansas City. I made it. Got there about just after 9:30. Then got unloaded this morning. Now I'm back in Kentucky. Made some great time. That's a vegetable in my floorboard. Don't want that rolling around down there. Get underneath the panel, that'd be bad, yo. That'd be super bad. Oh man, I got some milk in here I need to put in the fridge. Oh man. Oh man. Floor Jack's back at the house. Congratulations, Floor Jack. If I'm lucky, I'll get to go home tonight. If I'm lucky. And I'm not feeling lucky. I'm gonna turn this heat off. It is off. is. He's sick. Oh man, that ain't no good. I'm sorry kids sick. I know all that feeling all too well. But man, I brought me a bag of burritos on the road. You know, sometimes I'll bring a bag. I took 2 of them in that truck stop back there and make me 2 of them. And that lady in there, she went and got 2 burritos out of their little warmer and brought them to me and threw mine away. After I spent like 4 minutes to make them in the microwave. She said, Merry Christmas. I said, thank you, miss. Today. Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. Man, I hope y'all been staying safe with this snowstorm that went across the country. I think it's up in New York and all that now. Tabasco sauce being having such a hit to it. Got a kick. Lights up, please. Pretty please. It's free. And that's all I ever ask for. You know what? If you don't want to hit the like button, send me $1 to Gunner865 and Cash App. Or just hit the like button. Or don't do nothing at all. Tell you what though, the generation, the young adult generation, like I don't believe there's been any generation in history that has perfected being lazy quite like that generation. Like they are really good at it. Like I'm impressed. Like even when I try to be lazy, I can't be that lazy. Yeah, Jack, you did pay it. I really appreciate you, bro. I do. You got a fine in the mail for $500. What'd you do, blow a toll or something? Hey, thank you whoever just smacked that like button. Thank you so much. That's a thank you just for you. If I knew your name, I'd call you out. Well, I put the heat back on. Made it. Yeah, you gotta pay it, otherwise they'll yank your license. You don't need a license to drive anyway. Unless you're going to drive commercially, like drive on the interstate, drive a big truck, you have to have a driver's license. Or not even drive, you can travel without a driver's license. You just can't travel in commerce. In order to drive a semi, you have to have a driver's license. Maybe somebody listening will know what I'm talking about. 29 miles to Lexington. Alright. And that's so pretty, ain't it? And there's people out there. I know something beautiful didn't come from nothing. Because something can't come from nothing. Because that was the only plan to be a truck driving man. Come on, dude, get out of the way. And that truck's way up there, dude. There you go. He heard me. I love it when they hear me. It's awesome. Straight up awesome. It's awesomeness. Oh, he was a foreigner. Seems like he got a little bit of sense. Hot, man. What happened? is everyone today? You just hanging out? Again, I do another live and I don't really have anything to talk about. Been a little bit of a rough day. You know, when you drive a truck, you know, everybody's, you know, around your hometown doing something or whatever. Sometimes people do stuff that kind of irk you. And then you're just stuck in a truck like, man. Ain't nothing perfect for anybody, I don't think. Wouldn't think so. I mean, that might be perfect for some people. Or as perfect as it may get, I don't know. Finally, I guess I'll shut up. I guess I'll shut up. Get out of it. Dog, what's going on? Today the weather is better. Today the weather is better. Yeah, you must be up in the Northeast, huh? I know one thing, out in Missouri yesterday when you tuned in, and I gotta give credit to the state of Missouri, man. They really was on top of that storm coming through there yesterday. I mean, this morning when I came back through Missouri, like the roads looked just like this. They were spotless, although the shoulders had some ice and snow on them. And they done an excellent job handling that. St. Louis didn't. I don't know. They didn't get a lot of attention. St. Louis was kind of messed up. There was wrecks in St. Louis, you know, when I went through there. Seen 3 trucks had jackknifed, a bunch of cars that ran in the ditch, all that. And a couple of trucks that ran into the ditch. We're in a different state now. Man, hello, we made it out to where we was going last night. We docked our battleship in a door and went to bed. Find out the hold up the other day, the hold up. I know I remember what you're referring to. I just got to think. Maybe you can refresh my memory. Hold up. There's so much stuff that goes on in my life, I forget a lot of things. I'm glad you can remember some of it. Oh, the hold up yesterday in St. Louis. Yeah, the hold up. Was I doing a live? No, I wasn't. I ended it before we got to it. But the hold up was, there was this kind of a steep hill. And it was a small hill though, maybe 200 feet or something, 250 feet. Oh no, yeah, something like that. And there was about 4 trucks. Well, the hill was covered in ice. And so there was about 4 trucks, 3 or 4 trucks. There was 3. That was stuck in the lanes and couldn't move. They kept spinning their tires and stuff. That's what held everybody up. And the only lane was open was the left lane. It's when you carry, winter times when you carry a little bit of gas with you, so you might not be good for your tires, but it can get you out of a situation. Or maybe a bunch of rubbing alcohol. In the wintertime, I carry rubbing alcohol everywhere I go in a vehicle anyway. Yeah, that one wasn't really too bad. Too awful bad. At least from what I've witnessed anyway. I've seen some bad snowstorms. Especially out west in Wyoming. They just come out of nowhere. Colorado. Gotta have chains in those states. Or you get a fine, you get ticketed. I hate driving and stuff like that because it takes, you know, you're always aware, you know, and focused. But when you're in situations like that, having a truck in a snowstorm, you're like hyper focused. And it really drains you. It really does. You got to concentrate like a lot more. You got to give it everything you got. And having to do that for so long, it's exhausting. That's the only thing that really sucks about having to drive in bad snowstorms. Hyper concentration. You constantly got to think of if this may happen, slide. You got to be, you know, already running these scenarios in your mind. You're like, okay, well, this is what I got to do. If I start to slide, and all you do is let off the fuel. Don't hit the brake. Which that ain't gonna save you every time, but most of the time it will. At least that's been my situation. Which I drive in the snow in the mountains. It's funny, not funny really. No, another word to replace it. It's like, in a sense, comical, because, you know, because these people in flatland states, you know, they wreck like crazy in snow, and for whatever, a multitude of things. Bald tires, driving too fast, panicking, anything. Not paying attention, could be a multitude of things. And I do it in the mountains, driving down mountains and big hills. So a lot of people in the northern states like to say, yeah, you got southern folks can't drive in snow. Like, mistaken. Where I'm from at least, we got mountains and snows, we got to drive in it. And I see you all wrecked up here in this flat lane. And that guy said, his name was Jeremy. He's an older dude I used to work with when I lived in Indiana. He said, well, yeah, you got a point there. So I can drive on these roads all day long in the snow. Perfectly fine. So you come down where I'm from and drive in the snow. So you got a point. Down liquid salt, and it would just, they really laid that liquid salt down now. It looked like it had rained, and it just gets on everything. And I ran out of washer fluid, so I had to stop and buy some. So when it would cake up on the windshield, I couldn't see out, especially when another car from the opposite direction would come and the lights was hitting it and I couldn't see. Finally, I ended up stopping. Then I ended up stopping in this little rest area because I was, what was I doing last night? I had stopped to put the washer fluid in. I had put a little bit already in it, and anyway, it was a situation where I had to end up stopping again. And this guy, I parked between these two trucks in this little rest area, and I noticed this guy when I pulled in to the right of me, was sitting in the driver's seat. Well, I get out and I lift my hood up, and I come to the driver's side of the truck and I see a shadow come in front of the truck off the headlights. And here comes this guy out of that truck. And he's in his underwear. And he was very hyperactive. He seemed alright though, but he was down there involved in that those trucks that were spinning stuff on that hill. You in your underwear, and I was like, hey, by chance, man, do you have any alcohol? And he said, I do. And I was like, all right. He said, 91%. And I was like, all right. He gave me some dude in his underwear out there in the freezing cold in his underwear. Okay? You know that guy's crazy. Or you're either crazy or not that intelligent. Out in the weather like that, the underwear and a t-shirt. And he stayed out in it for a minute too. Probably about 15 minutes. Then he finally like, man, I'm not here in my underwear. I need to get back in the truck. So he did. So yeah, I noticed. today? Why are you in the lane going so slow, man? Not even doing the speed limit. He's doing 20 under. drop it in four-wheel low and go on down the road. Don't forget to take it out though. Yeah, turned off pretty good. Papa bear, mama bear, kitty bear, baby bear. That's what he had on his rear windshield. I buy a TMC, driving the automatic. TMC tries to make the trucks look like real trucks, but they're far from it. Far from being real. TMC used to have this poster that said something like, this is how a real truck's supposed to look like, with the stacks to the side, like a real truck, where they're supposed to be. But, well, they got that right, but they got nothing else right. I remember when I was doing flatbed, I ran into this driver. I was in Michigan, and I parked up for the night. And if y'all don't know, there is a lot of weird truck drivers. They're just weird, just naturally. Anyway, you know, when this guy was coming to my driver's side, and I was like, oh man, I hope this guy's not a weirdo. And he drove for TMC. I could tell he wasn't a weirdo. And I was like, I invited him into the truck and said, just come to the passenger side and get in. So he got in, and we got to talking. And, you know, he was driving for TMC. He's like, I noticed she was pulling a step deck. I was like, yeah. And he was hauling for TMC, doing some very regional, local runs, but working him hard, man. And he's like, he got to talking about money, and I was like, well, how much money are you making over at TMC? And he said, $600 a week. And I said, what? This is back when freight was paying real good. Like how it's supposed to be paying, not like it is today. And I was like, what, dude? I was like, dude, if you ain't making a minimum of $2,000 a week, you're at the wrong place. So we ended up talking. So anyway, he ended up quitting TMC, and I hooked him up with a real job. That's what I mean by say no to the mega carriers, because that's a big flatbed company. That driver making only $600 a week. I got him a job, he was making $2,500 a week. For the small companies generally pay the most. Not all, but some. At least half, I would say. Mega carriers. And then these drivers get into these big carriers and they do, they do this stuff, and then they think they're making money, and you know, after their expenses and all that, every single week they're only making $800 to $1,000 a week as a lease operator. They think that's money. They've never, people like that have, you see them on YouTube all the time. They don't have any real experience. They don't know the game. They probably just got into it not knowing anybody that's done it. But I mean, when you're somebody 21 years old, you don't know anybody that's drove a truck or anything like that, you don't know anything about trucking, and you're working at a fast food joint or a factory, you know, they get into trucking and they end up, you know, making $900 in a week. You know, they're thinking that's pretty good money. That's what they're thinking. You know, going from making a $600 paycheck every 2 weeks, you know. They think it's good money, and to them it probably is. So then they think they can, these companies tell them as a company driver, hey, just come lease a truck, you'll make more money. You see them on YouTube. It's like, oh, I'm a owner-operator with Swift or Prime, and they'll show you stuff like, oh, I made $10,000 this week. In all reality, though, they only make about $1,000 a week is what they get to pay themselves, and they have to really work. They have to stay gone. Out of the gate, they need to stay gone for a while to get a head start, to get their money up. And a lot of those companies, like what's that one? RST. A lot of them are notorious for, you know, people that are successfully making the lease purchase program work for them. And they'll get close to being done with it, and the company will screw them over. And they'll end up they won't have their truck, they'll take it from them, all kinds of stuff, man. It's so crooked. That's what they do. Like that one, there's a girl on YouTube, been on YouTube for a long time, her name's Brittany. And she done that. I think it was RST, and they tried to screw her over because she was about to own that truck, and they tried to screw her over. And ultimately, she ended up coming out on top and owning the truck. It's like, man, see, like them companies, with big companies, they screwed you. All out for themselves. It hasn't told you when I've been on and even sent you a I haven't even seen you on lately to get somebody mad at YouTube. Huh. I don't know, occasionally some people say that, you know, it's like YouTube screws me, tags. This guy right in the middle lane, driving that left lane. Ain't supposed to be in it. Shouldn't have to be in this left lane, but that driver right there just is king of the road and doesn't know how to drive the truck right and get in the right lane. That's happened to a lot of people. Like, hey, I'm not getting notifications when you go live and all that. Wow. I think YouTube's messing with me because I'm close to being monetized. And so they're like, it's like it's trying to get me to quit or something. That's why like we don't have as many people in here as we used to did. I think that's what it is. I don't know. It just makes sense. It's the only thing my mind can think of that makes sense. Like they don't really want you to be monetized as a content creator on YouTube. I don't know why. I want to see everybody fly. I'm not in it for myself. But even care being, you know, probably worth billions of dollars. I know one thing, YouTube's very hard. It's very difficult. Headed back to Tennessee, Texas. There's a lot of traffic going south. Tex, tell the cows I said howdy and moo moo. I'd like to get some of that beef one day, Tex. Give me some fillets and some roasts. Some T-bones. Nice to have a cow. Wish I had a freezer big enough for a whole cow and an elk and a deer. And an alligator. I like alligator meat, man. It's really good. Tom Guess? I like it. Well, hey, Tom Guess. Sorry, I couldn't help myself. I'm just cruising at a steady 76 right now. Yeah. Guess you was curious, Tom, me passing everybody, huh? I'm not going super fast. I'm going 5 to 7 miles per hour over. Nothing extreme. Hey, Danny. Yep, yep, that's right, Danny. You gotta hit that bell for get notified for all. See, people can read that comment, Danny, and it should help them out. People that want to be notified every time. I appreciate that, Danny Schoolcraft. Thank you. Thank you, bro. Every time I see Denny in here and his name, man, it reminds me of that guy that I went to school with. We grew up together. He was a really, really smart kid. So like we wasn't real like tight friends, because I wasn't as highly intelligent as he was. I have no idea what he's doing these days. But his last name was Schoolcraft. I've not seen him in a long time. I'm mediocre. He's like I don't know, he's like an Einstein. But not quite elevated as Einstein. I have no idea what he even does for a living. TMC is probably pretty rich, considering they don't pay their drivers well at all. They got a lot of drivers. There's another one. Text, yeah. Send it in the chat and I'll email you. FPTA sounds pretty good right now. It's 31 right here. I don't think I've seen it get above freezing today everywhere I've been. It stayed in the 20s, around 25, the majority of the day I've had. Oh yeah, we getting into my mountains. Yeah, I'll try to get to it as soon as I can, Tex. Weekly inspection on my horse. Alright. If I ever get down to Texas, I'll try to look you up, Tex. Make sure he's okay. Yeah, take good care of him. Drive safe. Thanks, Tex. You enjoy the rest of your day. Take care of that horse and those cattle. Out of trouble. We'll talk later. Absolutely, Tex. Thanks for being here, brother. We'll see you next time.